Don't know how good the lighting is going to be. I'm going to flip it that way. Come on, flip it that way. There we go. Hey, look. That is a lot of color. Pull up chat so I can see and chat with y'all. So you guys actually missed a big snowstorm. We rolled in here and when we first started rolling in here, it was spitting snow and sleet a little bit. We got parked 5 minutes later. After we parked, it absolutely just came down a lot. In fact, the whole ground got covered, and it snowed, I don't know, a good, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. And then it kind of quit. And I guess the ground is warm enough that a lot of the snow kind of melted away. But it's supposed to get down to 9 degrees tonight. All right, so we got a light now. Let's see. There. I don't know. That's kind of better, right? You can see me. Looks okay. We'll survive. I'm being blinded. Okay, so I'm trying to stall and let some people get up in here first before we tell you some news. Depending, you might think it's good, you might think it's bad. You never know. But Don, how you doing? Marlene, howdy, howdy, howdy. Elevator fan, happy early birthday to you. Bama, how you doing? Hal, how you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. We are tired, so this is not going to be very long. Because seriously, I mean, we woke up 3:15 this morning. Had to still drive 3 hours, 3.5 hours to make our delivery on time. We rolled in 10 minutes early, so we did pretty good. Sheila, how you doing? Samuel, Robert, howdy. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Resi Boy, how you doing? World Series. I like the colors. It turned out really, really nice. Yeah, we are tired. We are doing well. So we'll flip you back this way. Okay. We've been running BigRigTravels for 18 years now, coming up in like 2 weeks, right? February 8th will be 18 years. And we've been through a lot of ups and downs, and we've had problems and gotten over them and all this other stuff. Everything from technical glitches to, who knows, the whole gamut. I mean, you figure, hey, if you're around for 18 years, you've been through some stuff. I know the last 2 days we kind of like disappeared on y'all, but we had a reason. I'm gonna tell you about that. I know, and because people have been telling me, that there's been a lot of speculation on Facebook and Discord about why we kind of went silent. And I'm going to tell you right here from the horse's mouth, I'm the horse's mouth, that's what you go by. You don't go by anybody else's speculation. So if anybody says I said anything when I really didn't, you can just revert back to this video. Because this is the horse's mouth. Believe nothing except for what you hear from the horse's mouth or a few trusted folks. I've also been told on my horse's you know what. So I got the horse's mouth and I got the horse's back end. Alright. My little attempt at humor. Okay, so anyways, I got some bad news and I got some good news. It really depends on how you look at it. I hope you enjoyed today's premieres. Today's premieres allowed you guys to chat, and it was actually recorded what we drove yesterday. So why did we do that? Okay, here's the deal. We can no longer live stream to a live audience. We've been getting away with it for a long time. I have been waiting for this to happen. I've been getting away with it quite a bit. We can't do it anymore. We can't do it live. Okay, the whole channel's destroyed and ruined. That's exactly what I thought in my head, and I will be honest with you, I was like absolutely bummed out and horrified and thought my whole world was like just falling apart. Because think about it, this has been my baby, my creation, my passion project for 18 years. And that just kind of like, wow. But BigRigTravels is not going anywhere. We are not quitting. We're not going anywhere. And in fact, Ocean and I have already been in talks that we're flipping things around and we'll make it better than ever. All right, so let's talk about the reasoning. You know that our website has, from the beginning, been custom coded, created to run itself. Highway signs happen automatically, chat happens automatically, one button start and stop streaming, automatically connect, the whole 9 yards. It took no interaction from me, and we've never read comments or nothing like that while we're driving. because that would be considered distracted driving, right? Okay, and technically that's true. The problem is, how many times have you been looking at Facebook or YouTube and you've seen a trucker drive by an accident scene, holding up a phone, doing this number, holding the phone while he's going through an accident scene? Another truck YouTuber, you know, we're not going to talk about it, they read chat, or at one time they did read chat and converse. That's taking your eyes off the road. We've never done that, okay? But I remember watching a video where there was a road rage between this girl and this guy. They were trying to show off for each other. So they started cutting each other off, and they were both filming each other, cutting each other off, driving and looking and holding the phone. Well, one wrecked, and when one wrecked, the other one wrecked. That is where the problem is. Okay? Now, here's the deal. How do I say this? I knew we were getting away with doing it. And that's why I've been dreading for this day to happen. I knew we've been getting away with it, but we've been getting away with it because we were doing it right. Everybody knows that we were doing it the safe way, the right way. It doesn't matter what we do, it's all the bad apples that's causing the accidents and stuff like that. True, right? And you know, bad apples are the ones that ruin it for everybody else. All right. It was communicated to me that I need to stop live streaming because it goes against company policy, and it is also against FMCSA rules. And I kind of thought, well, we do better than that. We don't read chat. We don't hold the phone. All the coding in the website takes care of itself and does everything automatic, but it doesn't matter. Here's the actual FMCSA rulings. No, truck drivers are not allowed to stream their driving live, as it is considered a major safety hazard due to the high level of distraction involved, even though we were never distracted. Violating most states' distracted driving laws and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration regulations, essentially making it illegal for commercial drivers to live stream while their vehicle is in motion. We can live stream right now, and we can do our watch parties because we're not moving. Distracted driving. Live streaming while driving is considered the severest form of distracted driving, combining visual, manual, and brain distractions, which significantly increases the risk of accidents. It depends on how you do it. We already talked about that. FMCSA, which is the governing body for trucking, mandates that commercial drivers must focus fully on driving and avoid all activities that compromise their attention on the road. Depending on the jurisdiction, truckers caught live streaming while driving can face legal penalties, including fines and license suspension. That's it in a nutshell, okay? That's it in a nutshell. So I started digging the last 2 days because I was really heartbroken. Even though I knew that this day was going to come, I was really heartbroken. I mean, you don't get to see it, but trust me, I was. I was really bummed out, okay? I do know that we had a Utah State Patrol that knew we were broadcasting live and streaming, but they also knew we did it correctly. 2 Wyoming DOT officers knew what we were doing, but they knew that we were doing it properly. People aren't doing a blind eye to it anymore because, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Even though we did things right, hey, no, Brett, I disagree with you. Brett wrote here, what made BRT the best trucking channel got stripped away. That's baloney. I reject that. I reject that. Because when BigRigTravels first started in 2018, we didn't live stream. We had a little snowman camera that spit out images every 30 seconds. And when we first started streaming, we could only have 10 viewers at one time and only be able to broadcast like an hour or two. What makes BigRigTravels isn't a live stream only. It's the driver. It's the road crew. It's the people that make a difference in our lives. It's the people that we make a difference in their lives. You know, when people around the world get to see America, that's what we're here for. We're not here for you to enjoy a live stream only. BigRigTravels is so much more than that. And so I reject that, Brett. I really, really honestly do. So the thing is, yes, I understand the live part is cool because it's happening live, it's happening right now. But you can't let that part ruin the whole rest of the website, because we still are going to record and show you the beauty of America. Is that not what one of BigRigTravels' goals is? Just like we did today. We recorded yesterday and we put it in a premiere for you today so that everyone can chat, because I know it's important for people to chat, and you still get to see the beauty of America and ride together. That is the closest thing I can come to continuing the website. I am not going to stop recording. I'm not going to fold up BigRigTravels. We've been here 18 years. All right, so this is a little change of plans. Now, the thing is, even though the people that watch the live streams feel that they are the only ones that, I don't know, I hate to say it, but matter, our numbers show that when we produce a live stream and we have, I don't know, 700, 800, 1,000 people watching or whatever, the total views for that video doesn't happen during that live stream. It happens in the coming days, hours, days, and weeks, when people get off of work and they look. So for most of our viewers that don't ever really get to watch the live stream, nothing's changed, because they always got to see, you know, the recorded version. So now everybody gets to see that recorded version. You still get to chat. I understand it's not the same. I get it. I was bummed out too. But the thing is, BigRigTravels is not going anywhere. All right? I know we will lose some people because they thought BigRigTravels is only a live broadcast. To me, that's being narrow-minded, because BigRigTravels is this big, live streams is this big, right? Doing the medallions, meeting the road crew, that might be a little bit more difficult, but we've got to fix for that. The people, we still are going to be able to go and record everything, and when we go to rest areas and stuff like that, if I'm going to take a half-hour break, we may very well take our mobile camera with a 1,000-foot wireless transmission feed and break in and do a live broadcast from San Rafael Swell or something. We're not giving up on that part either. We're not giving up on watch parties. Watch parties we could do live because we're not moving. And in fact, I thought of ways to make our live watch parties even better. I don't want let the cat out of the bag with that. But let me tell you, I'm going to make the live watch parties way better to help make up for what we're missing now. Thank you very much, Claudia. I appreciate you. Brazil, thank you. So we are going to actually bring Snowman back. So this is the way we're going to still kind of keep you live, okay? We cannot stream live. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to bring the Snowman back front and center. We're going to have our speed on the Snowman and a little bit more information. We're working that details out with Ocean as we speak, actually. So you will be able to get a still image every 30 seconds, whatever it is, so you can see where we are. We will still post the trip. We will still post the hours and all that stuff. But to watch the long version, it'll have to be in the premiere. I don't think that's that horrible, because if you're on our channel to view America, to see the beauty that America has got to offer, nothing's changed, right? Every network television show you watch, whether it's a game show or whatever, other than like sports or whatever, is all tape delayed by several months. Right now we're working where we could do 24-hour delay. That's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? So if you think BigRigTravels is done, well, you got another thing coming. You might be done with it. I'm not done with it, and I think I've got a whole bunch of other people that stand behind me. When we first started, guess what? We used to have 100 subscribers and 100 viewers or 10 viewers or whatever. We're going to do exactly the same, which is the best of our ability, whether we have 10 viewers or subscribers or 1 million. Because we're not doing it for the numbers. I want to show America to the people, no matter where you are in the world. To the folks in the nursing home that can't get out, or the hospital room that can't get out. That's who we're broadcasting for. Okay, so the broadcast is delayed a day. Big whoop. You know, it is different. People don't like change. I get that. I didn't like it. I was bummed out for 2 days. That's why you kind of didn't hear much from me. But if you watch today's premiere, you know I'm still talking to you. When we stopped for coffee, I told y'all come on and get coffee, just like we were doing a live show, right? Except for now we're just recording it and uploading it at night. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, here's the thing. A couple scenarios. Number one, well, if your company won't let you stream, why don't you change companies? Okay, let's step back. It's not just a company policy. It is a FMCSA policy, a rule, which could get me in massive trouble. So it doesn't matter what company you go to. I did some searching. I came up with 34 states that have their own law against live streaming while driving, whether you're a car or a truck, because of people holding the phone and touching and holding the steering wheel like this and then reading chat. That's what they're going after. But Washington State recently came up with a law called DUIE, driving while driving under the influence of electronics, which includes and is specifically listed as live streaming with a live audience interaction. See, if we record, we're not interacting with the live audience, but we are when we're broadcasting live. Does that make sense? That is a sticking point. We don't read chat, but other truckers, other people do read chat. So that's the thing. That's so if we record it, we don't have any interaction with you live. Does that make sense? You see the difference there? here's the deal. We are safe. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to broadcast live for 2 million miles without a scratch, without thankfully, anybody hitting us or whatever, right? That shows we're doing it right. Many people have told me we're doing it right. It's the other people that aren't, and we kind of get sucked up into that. Here's the bottom line, though. I could be running down the highway, down a surface street, right? We got a green light. If somebody runs that red light and T-bones us, it's 100% their fault. But the split second some lawyer or investigator discovers that we were broadcasting live when we got hit, we are automatically 100% at fault. Honestly, I don't want to mess with the investigators, the insurance, the FMCSA, the lawyers. I don't want to mess with all that just because we were broadcasting live. Does that make sense? Boy, I see a whole bunch of messages being deleted. I don't know what you're saying because it gets deleted before we read it, but that's the fact. If anything happens, even if it's somebody else's fault, if and when somebody discovers that a truck driver that was involved in the accident, even a pilot, and they discover that he was broadcasting live, it doesn't matter what he was doing or how safe he was or wasn't. He broke the rules, he broke the law of broadcasting live while his vehicle was in motion. Truck driver is automatically at fault. Same thing. Hours of service. If I am running down the highway and a drunk driver or somebody runs a red light, runs into us again, 100% their fault. But if I'm driving 15 minutes, 5 minutes in violation of my hours of service, whose fault is it? The law says it is automatically the truck driver's fault, because if he wasn't in violation of his hours, he wouldn't have been there. That's how the rules are stacked against the truck driver. This live streaming is the same thing. I can control my driving. I can't control the people driving next to me. And if they hit me and an investigator says, oh, he was broadcasting live on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, guess what? Everything is destroyed. My career, my license, my financial stuff, who knows, everything else. For the simple fact that I was broadcasting live, even though I may have done it right. So that yes, it bums me out. I get it. I know it bums me out. I know it bums you out. Trust me, this has been my baby for 18 years. So after I got done being bummed out and thinking the world was over and the website was over, that's when I pulled myself up by my Whataburger boots and said, okay, this is what we need to do. We need to bring back Snowman so you guys can get an actual live screenshot or post image of us going down the highway in live time, but it's not a live broadcast and I can't communicate with you. But I'm still there with you in spirit. If that matters to you. The other thing we can do, we're going to enhance our watch parties. And we're going to start having some more of those. Just because we can't talk to you live doesn't mean we're going to stop doing watch parties. It doesn't mean I stop thinking about you. You guys are on my mind all day, every day. You know, you guys are the ones that made this channel. So it's going to take some getting used to. It's a little bit more work for me to edit the videos and upload them and then title them and all that stuff. A little bit more work for me, but if it keeps us legal, if it keeps me out of trouble, and so the other thing that crossed my mind was, I thought, oh great, here's a chance for me to retire. Buy that big RV, because I could go buy a big RV for cash right now. The website would pay for the RV, fuel, all this other good stuff, right? But how much difference? Because remember, there's 34 states that say no live broadcasting for anybody, not just truck drivers. And then if I were to go ahead and retire and get rid of the job, I lose my 401k, which I max out every year. I lose my health insurance, which is a good thing to have. I also lose all my vacation pay. So that's not the answer. The only answer is to keep on keeping on. We can't do it live, so what? We broadcast to tape, or as Price is Right said, live to tape, and then you guys get to see it 24 hours later. It's the same thing for most of the viewers, because they don't watch the live stream because they're at work or sleep or something like that, so they watch it after the fact. So we're only talking about a small overall number that actually watch live. Does that make sense? The thing is, for 18 years, what have I been doing? I've been preaching safety, right? I've been preaching how we need to improve safety in, on, and around trucks. We point out the bad things other truck drivers do. We point out the dumb stuff cars do. All that. So we have to follow what safety is, even if it means getting rid of the live stream. You can say, oh, BigRigSteve, you're safe, because luckily the last 2 million miles, 18 years, we have been. Nobody's run into us yet. Everybody could say, oh, that'll never happen to me. I will never get caught streaming live. Guess what? The truth of the matter is, the world is full of people who said it would never happen to me. Not just driving, but other things as well. Am I right? Am I right? So, sticking your head in the sand and ignoring it, saying it will never happen to me, doesn't cut it. It's kind of like we may close our eyes and ignore the law and just drive and broadcast and all this other stuff, but the split second something happens, it's over. Game over, with no recovery. State of Washington, I forgot to tell you, the state of Washington came up with that law, driving under the influence of electronics. Do you know that the implications for that, distracted driving, holding your phone, texting, whatever, has the same penalties as if you were drunk driving? And I don't want that. I do not want that. I don't know what you guys are saying, that moderators are like deleting every other comment. I hope you guys understand my position. Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do, or maybe we don't necessarily agree with. But if I want to be a role model, a truck driver, a broadcaster, we have to play by all the rules, not the ones that, that one don't apply to us. Because it does. Like I said, I've been waiting for this day for dang 5 years now. We've done a lot. But yeah, look it up. Look at how many states. Illinois. Look up Illinois' new law. Well, actually, I think it's a couple years old. Illinois has a law that says no live streaming, period. At all. Specifically. Not, paraphrase or whatever, but specifically the law in Illinois says no live streaming to a social platform. You can't get away with that. No, you can get away with it until one day. And that one day would destroy my happy little home. You know what I mean? And it's not worth it. Because the only thing we're doing is not broadcasting live while driving, but instead we're taking that same drive, we're just presenting it to you 24 hours later. In the grand scheme of life, I consider us still the best broadcaster. Maybe it's not live. Neither is The Price is Right, or any other game show, or NCIS, or any of the other sitcoms you watch. Those are all taped months in advance. So, it's time we have to do the same thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it bummed me out. And I suspect we'll lose some people, and that's okay. Because BigRigTravels is still staying true to its core values or whatever. We wanted to show America to the world, to those that want to see it. And we're still doing that. We want to do it safely. We want to do it legally. I don't want to be a super trucker. Super truckers can stream, but it's those super truckers who have to pay the consequences if and when they do get caught. That's their business. They're adults. They do what they want. Does that make sense? Yes, when we do the premieres, y'all can chat. That's why we open it up. That's why we open up chat in premieres, and y'all could talk just like normal. Does that make sense? So, I hate to say it, but that's the hard reality of it. I mean, it's the world's changed in the last 18 years. The internet has changed in the last 18 years. Technology has changed in the last 18 years. Stupid people have gotten even stupider over the last 18 years. So we have to just adjust what we do, stay legal, keep the website running, because we're not giving it up. We're still going to do everything we have before. We're still going to do live watch parties. We're going to still hand out medallions when we meet people. We're going to still do any broadcasting live like the Belvedere Heritage Days. We're still doing all of that. Nothing else has changed. The website's going to change, and the wording on the website's going to change a little bit. But everything else is going to be the same or better. The thing is, we don't have a choice. It's not me. It's not my decision. I get to drive and make money and see the country for free and get paid for it and show the country to you guys. You can't beat that. I get paid to have the time of my life out here. And it brings me joy to share my life with you guys. So we have to change it a little bit. That's okay. And it's okay to be mad or sad or bummed out. Because trust me, for 2 days I was. But it's not something to play with. It's fun and games until somebody hits you or you hit somebody else. It takes that one split second. And then the lawyers and the attorneys and the insurance and the investigators, safety departments, and everybody else gets involved. I promise you, it's not worth it. No way in the world would that be worth it. Not to me. Not to me at all. You guys don't stand to lose anything. Just say we continue broadcasting, something bad happened. It doesn't affect you guys at all. But it affects me. It affects my livelihood and my wallet and bank account and career and license. So, as the captain of this ship, we got to obey the law. And the way we're going to handle it is we're going to drive, do our job just like normal, and we're going to record it. Upload it at night, open it as a premiere the next morning. Okay, so watch out for those. That's the best alternative that I can offer you. Here is a silver lining to that cloud, though. No more buffer monsters. No more bonding issues, because it's being recorded straight to disk. So you don't have any more of those buffered out issues. So there's always a good thing, even in the crummy news. Does that make sense? So I hope we keep everybody. I know we will. We're not going to lose everybody. If we lose some, okay. I mean, you it's a free country. You watch who you want to watch. But as far as the Blue Comet and BigRigTravels, in our best interest, we're going to not live while we're moving. We could live all we want when we're not moving, like right now. We're still doing the models, on time off. Everything else is the same. So if anybody says anything like, oh, BigRigTravels is closing its doors, I just told you we're not. Right? We're not going nowhere. People are fickle, and that's fine. But I believe, holding firm. We've been here 18 years. I don't know of any other truck driver that has been broadcasting for 18 years. No one. That shows we're not going nowhere. It is what it is. The world's changed. You have to adapt. Sometimes change isn't fun. Sometimes change doesn't maybe make sense. But like I said, even though we can do it right, and we've proven we can do it right, it's the other people who can't. So there is that gray line is erased when they come up with the rules of no broadcasting to a social platform with a live interactive audience. That way you get rid of that line of he looked and no, he didn't look. There's also that, well, if BigRigSteve could broadcast live, I want to broadcast live. You see, so all of that is taken away. Besides, it isn't just my company that says that, it's the FMCSA that says that. It's 34 other states that specifically say no live stream. So this is much bigger, much bigger than us. Does that make sense? All right, so you get the gist. We had to disappear for 2 days because I was like horribly bummed out, as you can imagine. Yes, I thought my baby was done with. You know what I mean? But no, it took me a day of being bummed out, and then I changed gears and started thinking about, all right, so what do we do now? What do we need to do to keep going? So, all right, so now I'm going to read chat because we're not moving. read chat, and answer any questions if I can. So yeah, no, let's not politicize this. It's not about that. All right, well, whether you guys agree with it or not, I can't help you. You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to broadcast live and fight about amendment rights, and you're more than welcome to. I'm too old. I'm too old to worry about, am I going to get caught live streaming? Because you think, oh, how are they going to know you're live streaming? We have people that wave to us on the bridge and at the rest areas and stand in the ditches and stuff like that. All they have to do is pull your channel up and see exactly where you are and pull you over. It's not that hard, right? So it's just a matter of time before you get a DOT officer or a law enforcement officer that says, that truck driver is broadcasting live. Let's pull him over. Then it's over. And I don't want to get to that point. Harry, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Mark, thank you very much. Did you ever do that picture that I sent you? I never heard back from you. So, yes, Adventures with Steven. You can do your own research. I didn't just make this up. You can do your own research. The thing is, so many people live stream holding their phone up and talking like this, and hey, I'm driving down to the 7-Eleven for coffee, and while they're doing this, reading chat on the phone, they run into the back of somebody or run over somebody in a crosswalk. If people didn't do dumb stuff like that, they wouldn't really worry about live streaming. But guess what? You know as well as I do, people don't know how to do things correctly. So we're caught in that thing. My answer is we just tape delay everything by a day. You're gonna have snowman up when we get the website kind of fixed up a little bit. You're gonna have the snowman right there, so you will still see live. I can't talk to you. You can't talk to me. But we could be there in spirit, and I will be able to talk to you like this. Or if there's a premiere going and we park for the day, or I'm at a shipper, I can get in the chat while the premiere's going and talk to y'all, right? Nothing says that because the truck's not moving. We're sitting in the dock door. So I'm not going to just disappear on you guys. You guys mean more to me than that. So it's not worth my job. It's not worth my license. It's not worth any of that stuff. I don't care if Joe Blow wants to continue streaming, because it isn't me. If they do or do not get caught, that's not my business. I don't care. I'm worried about myself. Does that make sense? So dash cams are legal because they're not going out to a social platform where you are communicating with a live audience, exactly like what we were doing. Like I said, we've been here 18 years. And we've been here 18 years, longer than any other broadcaster in the world, to my knowledge. We were pioneers. We were the very first one, to my knowledge, that actually broadcast live from the open road. 2009, 2008, something like that. We were voted one of the top 10 most unique webcams in the world by EarthCam. Yes, we did. Because we were pioneers and we did it before anybody else did. 18 years later. And over the years, I have seen a lot of YouTuber truckers come and go. Takes a lot of hard work to last 18 years. And we ain't about to stop now. And I'm not going to let some little wrinkle like this make my website crash or close the doors or give up. If you think I'm going to give up, you don't know me very well. Because if I was a giving up type, we wouldn't have lasted 18 years. Think about that. Think about that. In the world of internet, 18 years is a long time. Right? We've gone through different formats and we've done different things, but we've always been here, one way or the other, trying our best to bring America to the rest of the world for anybody that wants to have a virtual ride across America. To me, that's what we're here for. Does that make sense? Laura, thank you very much. Wampus, how you doing? So, hey, Shinhei, you can still watch and chat, though. I'm trying to read in chat. I could read like 3 words and chat rolls up. I can't. These old tired eyes can't keep up with it. So, there should be no speculation about what I really said or what I really meant or anything. If you have a question, rewatch this video. Don't take somebody else's word, because for whatever reason, certain people kind of like off in their own world and come up with reasons that are not accurate. So moderators, keep that in check for me. You know, so I'm tired. We've got 594 people watching. So like I said, we're not going anywhere. BigRigTravels is not going anywhere. I've got way too much time, blood, sweat, tears, and money invested in this website to give up now. Might have to have a change or a tweak here and there. We're not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. If anybody says so, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know who BigRigSteve is. I used to have a young, handsome face. Now I got wrinkles everywhere. That's what 18 years of truck driving and 3 a.m. deliveries and fighting snow and blizzards and Wyoming wind and all of that mess will do it to you. But we're still here. By the grace of God and His protection and the prayers, we're still here. And we're going to keep going. So, I guess that's all I have. Bearman, how you doing? We have a lot of stuff going on, but that is a major change. That's why you saw premieres starting today. In fact, the driving we did today is already uploaded to YouTube, and I just need to go in there and edit them, meaning add the titles and the things like that, and they'll open up tomorrow. And tomorrow we will record our drive. That's the best I could do, and stay legal and keep my job, and not be harassed by lawyers and all that stuff. You'll still be able to know where I'm at by the snowman camera and whatnot. Watch parties. So it's not the end of the world. You know? It really isn't. I know it sounds like it is. Trust me. But if I could pull myself up by the Whataburger boots. You can do the same. It's change. Nobody likes change. It is what it is. But if we want to keep bringing America to you, we have to obey the law. And I guess that's about it. Let's go over some numbers. Right now, we are 2 miles away from delivery. Delivery is 6 a.m. So we're 2 miles away from delivery. We have our next trip. Our next trip is preloaded in Stewart's Draft, Virginia. Trailers are already ready. I already know the number. It's waiting for us to finish this delivery, zoom down to Stewart's Draft, pick that up, deliver it, and drop it tomorrow as well. So we got 3 customers tomorrow in Palmyra. And you know what's out that way. So let's go over some numbers. I told somebody, I said, I don't have anybody to give numbers to now. But maybe we'll tweet out the numbers at the end of every day. I don't know. So anyways, right now we got 2 hours 55 minutes left on the 11-hour clock, 3 hours 40 minutes left on the 14-hour clock, 8 hours 11 minutes on the 70-hour clock, but we gained 10 hours 18 minutes tomorrow. We covered 404 miles today, and we started our day at 3:15 a.m. Yeah. We got to wake up early tomorrow, but just 5. It's 2 miles. It's literally just down the street. So that's not bad. I invite you to send an email if you want. I don't read Facebook messages. I really don't. But if you want to send us an email, tell me your thoughts. If you have any, great. I'll read them. I'm not enthused. But it's not the end of the world either. I mean, here, keep it in perspective. You have people that's losing their homes in the California fires. You have people in wheelchairs and fighting cancer and the whole 9 yards. There's a billion people out there that have bigger problems than your favorite website losing its live broadcast. You have to wait 24 hours to see where he drove. So put it in perspective. Put it in perspective. We're still here. You know what I mean? I love you guys, and I appreciate you. If you find that BigRigTravels is no longer a fit for you, thanks for your company. I appreciate you. Best of luck to you. If you choose to stay, I thank you very much. Oh, by the way, a side note. I talked about we didn't want to do memberships because I was looking at it as a way to charge people money. I didn't want to charge people money to watch our channel. It was explained to me that memberships are voluntary, and a lot of people want to do memberships. So I'm going to look into opening up memberships, not because you have to, not because I want you to, but if that's the way you choose to support the channel, you can. We'll make it available, but there will be no content difference between having a membership or not. Does that make sense? I never want to charge anybody to watch our channel. But it was explained to me it's not about that. It's about having a way for people that want to, I guess, give through the channel better, whatever. I'll look into it. Okay? We got a headache. I'm tired. I gotta get to bed. I already had dinner. I already had 2 chunks of meatloaf that thick. It was good. It was good. Howdy doody, how you doing? So, okay. I guess that's all I got. See you guys. Well, y'all be watching a premiere tomorrow from today's driving. You already know what we're going to be doing. We're going to do this delivery at 6 a.m. just down the street down there. Then we're going to jet off to Stewart's Draft to pick up a trailer that's already waiting for us. Drop it in Palmyra. That's our trip, and we will record that, and you'll have that on the premiere the next day. Okay? All right. I will see you guys. How do you have old years? Well, okay. I'll see you guys whenever we do. You guys are still with me in my heart. Even though I'm recording and you're off watching yesterday's video, you're still here in the seat with me. Trust me. All right. See you. Okay, how do I shut this off? I don't have my end button. Ha! No. Okay, I don't know how to shut this off.